Mr. President, what's your main goal for this trip, sir?
Great to see President Trump there boarding Air Force One as he gets ready to head to Europe for his first stop, a layover on the way then to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Let's go to mypillow.com/RSBN. Quick sponsor for you. mypillow.com/RSBN. A lot of great products, of course, more than 2,000 right there. The Giza Dream Sheets, $49.99. You can check it all out, all colors, any size. RSBN, of course, is the promo code, mypillow.com/RSBN. All right, let's go back to Joint Base Andrews. We're going to see President Trump get ready to take off from Air Force One. Very thankful for our sponsors here at Right Side and thankful for you to donate to the network as we continue to bring you this live, unedited footage. So let's go back there in just a minute as we continue to monitor all of the president's moves today, of course, starting out at the White House, then, of course, going to Marine One, then over to Air Force One. So what we're going to do is as soon as we start to see the jetway or the stairs back away, we'll go back there live and we'll watch Air Force One take off together here on the network. Also, if you missed earlier today, within the hour, President Trump's press conference and announcement that he had at the Roosevelt Room. This is really, if you want to be super informed on what the administration is doing and all of the latest news, all you have to do is scrub back on this feed right here on Rumble or YouTube, wherever you're watching. But also, you can always click on the replay a little bit later if you'd like, or maybe save the link and watch it later, because President Trump really letting the American people know and the world know where he stands on various issues. We can also say, of course, the great RFK Jr. saying again, we finally have a president standing up for the American people. That's spoken within the past 2 hours as we see Air Force One there. Getting ready to head to the Royal Air Force Base in England, northeast of London for that first layover stop. Then the president will be on his way to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. You can catch all that coverage of his 3-nation Middle East tour right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. He'll be going to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. He'll be there all week. A lot of coverage to be seen right here on RSBN Live. Thanks so much for streaming in with us as we continue to bring you wall-to-wall events that are live and announcements, any speeches, commentary, of course, but also press conferences right here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. All right, so it's the bottom of the hour, 11:31 a.m. on this very, very busy morning, Monday, May 12th. That's a lot of news that just happened in the past few hours. And if you'd like to rewatch it, all you got to do is hit the replay button a little bit later, or if you missed it, you can just always scrub back if you'd like, as we see Air Force One right there. What a great weekend it was for many of us out there, of course. Mother's Day was awesome. Then also seeing First Lady Melania Trump in the video that the White House put out recently about all of the honor and respect to moms around the country and worldwide. It was a great video, but we will also be showing you before we end our broadcast the southern border video from the Department of Defense, the United States Army, what it's like and what they do in their patrols there. We'll show you that video after Air Force One takes off, and then we'll be thanking some sponsors as we continue our live coverage wall to wall. We've been on the air since 9 this morning, covering everything that's been happening there in Washington, D.C., and this is just a Monday. So this is quite the Monday to go out of the gate from a weekend of news and America First news. And we're really glad you're with us streaming in live here, and especially not listening to the narratives that are on the fake news on the other side of the aisle. Thank God for conservative media, right? So, All right, so again, 11:32, Monday, May 12th. We see that President Trump departing right now. Let's go there live. Let's listen in. They're going to taxi, and that bad boy is going to take off. Let's go there now. the leader of the free world, on his way overseas for us and for the free world. All right, so that's President Trump, of course. We have some more video for you. Moments ago, we now have the video of the president when he was leaving the White House on his way to Marine One. We'll get to that in just a second. On top of that U.S. Army video we have from the DOD on the southern border. Before we get to all that, let's go to Colonial Metals Group, freegoldguide.com/RSBN.